Live from the Ball State News Center, this is Newslink, Indiana, in high definition.
Good evening and welcome to Newslink, Indiana. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tony Sandlaven.
And I'm Peter Hoffman. Tonight, we're going to Adam Burniston for some weather updates. We had a very warm day today. Adam, what do you have for us at the weather desk?
Thanks, Peter. We did have an abnormally warm temperatures today, which is referred to as an Indian summer. Now, the National Weather Service defines this as above average temperatures and dry conditions across an area, which we definitely had. Looking at Indiana, Muncie got up to a record high of 80. Kokomo, Lafayette, Shelbyville, and Bloomington also hit record highs today as well. Shelbyville, 84 degrees. Currently, right now in Muncie, we are still seeing 73 degrees with some clouds in the area, some breezy winds with south-southwest at 14 miles an hour. This is because of a cold front that's approaching out in the plains right now, and there is some rain to our north, but that will not affect us for tonight. The rain will come tomorrow, however, but I will talk about when that rain will come in tomorrow, as well as your following forecast and a cold week ahead. Back to you guys at the desk.
Ball State's Building Tomorrow organization hosted a 5K race this weekend to fund the construction of a primary school in Uganda. This is the first race the chapter has held. Kayla Harpold has the story.
Ball State's Building Tomorrow student-led organization hosted a 5K race Saturday to raise money for their overall goal of building a school in Uganda, Africa. Building Tomorrow, an international social profit organization, focuses on providing students in sub-Saharan Africa with access to education. The race raised over $800 toward their ultimate goal this year of $6,000, which is the cost to build a classroom.
Met some new people and it's a good day for it.
We've done other events in the past called like Bike to Uganda, where we have bikes set up in the same field and we're biking to Uganda. And so we're hoping that this is a similar event where people can get engaged and involved and excited about raising money for schools in Africa.
For more information on this organization, you can visit their website at buildingtomorrow.org. I'm Kayla Harpold in Muncie, Newslink, Indiana.
Building Tomorrow National Organization has built 19 schools and is currently planning and constructing 6 more.
The Star Press reported yesterday that 65% of Ball State's athletics budget is funded by hidden fees collected from students. Even though the university expects to generate nearly $1 million in ticket sales this year, it is nowhere near enough to fund the $17.8 million athletics budget. Ball State allows students to get into all athletic events for free. However, overall attendance this fall at football games is averaging 12,000, about 10,000 less than Schumann Stadium's capacity.
A tanker carrying 9,000 gallons of human waste was leaking this afternoon after crashing on an Interstate 465 ramp. The crash was reported around 1:30 p.m. at I-465 and West 10th Street. Approximately 4,000 gallons of human waste sludge was dumped from the overturned vehicle. The Marion County Health Department and hazmat team responded to the scene. The driver of the truck was taken to IU Health Methodist Hospital and was in alert and stable condition.
Lawyers say Indiana could soon see its first divorces of same-sex couples. Indianapolis family law attorney Kathy Harmon says this month's federal court decisions mean that now there are no differences between how courts handle divorces of same-sex and opposite-gender couples. Harmon also said complications could still arise if one divorcing same-sex partner had a child through adoption or artificial insemination and the other partner did not do a second-parent adoption. At least 2 same-sex divorce cases are pending in Marion County. The man who attempted to jump the White House fence went to trial today. We'll have more for when you come back.
And Marines are handing over military bases back to the Afghan government. Stay tuned to find out more.
It's not really scary.
We probably needed to come back later, after it gets dark.
Oh well, it's for a good cause.
Look. Where'd that one go? What is that?
It looks like tree bark. Oh, don't touch it.
Sam, whoa. Are you okay?
The Haunted Forest. Open Fridays and Saturdays through November 1st.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who take action are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
This is Newslink, Indiana.
The White House has been under fire as a number of security issues has risen concern over the safety of the facility. One of the latest intruders was in court today. A federal judge ruled the most recent White House fence jumper incompetent to stand trial today. The judge ordered 23-year-old Dominic Adesanya be held for more psychiatric testing and treatment. Adesanya struggled with U.S. Marshals as they tried to lead him out of court. He also yelled for somebody to help him. Several court security workers rushed to help Marshals get him out the door. The judge set another court date for December 22nd.
Marines in Afghanistan handed the heavily fought over Camp Leatherneck to Afghan authorities yesterday, marking a signal that the war is coming to an end. Camp Leatherneck is the Marine base in Afghanistan's Helmand province, from which U.S. Marines surged against the Taliban in 2009, a conflict that cost the lives of nearly 400 U.S. troops. Helmand has been an area of intense conflict throughout the war effort in Afghanistan, so many people see this turnover of control as a major turning point in the effort to get U.S. troops back home.
At least 800 people have been killed over the past 40 days in battles for the Syrian city of Kobani. Most of the casualties are ISIS militants and Kurdish fighters, according to a Syrian monitoring group. Meanwhile, the story of another Westerner traveling to fight in Syria. But this man isn't joining ISIS. He's battling shoulder to shoulder with the Kurdish fighters against the militant group. CNN's Ivan Watson introduces us to an American man who has taken up arms battling ISIS in Syria.
Armed men are a common sight here in Kurdish-controlled northern Syria, a country embroiled in a vicious civil war. But one of the gunmen in this truck is not like the others.
So how do people react to you when they see you and realize you're from the U.S.? They asked me if I'll come over for dinner and stay the night at their house.
Jordan Matson is a 28-year-old former U.S. Army soldier from Sturtevant, Wisconsin. For the last month, he's also been a volunteer fighter in the Kurdish militia known here as the YPG.
I got in contact with the YPG on Facebook, really soul searched and said, is this what I want to do? And eventually, decided to do it.
Soon after arriving here in Syria, he says he ended up in a battle against ISIS.
The second day in, I got hit by a mortar on a fight.
While recovering from shrapnel wounds, Matson went to work online, recruiting more foreigners to help the YPG fight against ISIS.
I've had ex-military come from Eastern Europe, Western Europe, Canada, the United States, Australia.
Now he lives in places like this former restaurant, converted into a militia.
Iraqi Kurdish forces continue to provide artillery support in the region as they attempt to fend off Islamic State militants.
With the holiday season right around the corner, you may want to plan ahead on where you will be going if you have to travel to see your friends and family. If you're planning on flying over the holidays, now is the time to book your tickets. A new survey shows the lowest prices for domestic airfares are found 8 weeks before the departure date. In that time frame, fares should be around 19% below the average price of $496. That's according to the Airlines Reporting Corporation, a travel industry research group owned by the airlines. The report also found Sunday is the cheapest day to buy plane tickets. Yesterday marked 9 weeks until Christmas week, so the clock is ticking.
The popularity of pumpkin-flavored products has spiked in the last few years. But what has that success meant for the farmers who grow actual pumpkins? Karen Kaifa heads out to the farm for a look.
It's definitely pumpkin time of year. Pumpkin land, pumpkin season, this is what we do. We get excited for it.
October at Butler's Orchard in Germantown, Maryland has a distinct color and a distinct flavor.
We have pumpkin rolls, pumpkin bread, pumpkin pies, pumpkin cookies, pumpkin syrup, and we have pumpkin butter.
And pumpkin brittle, pumpkin soup, pumpkin seeds. Like most retailers this fall, feeding the recent pumpkin spice craze that's widely believed to have started with the Starbucks drink. Sales of all pumpkin-flavored products grew 14% last year. But what about the sales of actual pumpkins, like the 20 acres grown on this farm? According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the acreage devoted to them is on the rise, and pumpkin sales have jumped 34% in the last 5 years, coinciding with that pumpkin spice craze.
People come out and they'll have their pumpkin, whatever it may be, coffee, but I think it helps get people in the mood.
Ben Butler says that with the expanding roster of pumpkin-flavored products and a greater spotlight on the humble Halloween pumpkin has come more interest in pumpkin varieties: Cinderella, fairy tale, peanut, cotton candy.
Of course, you're going to get your jack-o'-lantern for the kids to carve and things like that, but kind of the oddball, different color, different shape, multi-purpose pumpkins have gotten really big for us. And
extending the reach beyond a simple Halloween decoration and, yes, adding a little spice to sales on the farm. For Consumer Watch, I'm Karen Kaifa.
Sales on pumpkin products are said to continue to grow in the upcoming years.
Well, today was a beautiful day, but with November approaching quickly, can we expect the winter temperatures to come with?
We'll let you know what to expect after the break.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
So good to see you guys. So, what's up? Oh, we finally bought a place. Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, by the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on... Is it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
This is Newslink, Indiana.
Welcome back to Newslink, Indiana. And Peter, the weather today was absolutely fantastic. We've had a couple of days lately where it's been pretty cold, but today was almost 80 degrees. It was fantastic.
I mean, I was shorts and a t-shirt, riding my bike through the breeze, absolutely loving it. I want to know if it's going to continue, and for that, we turn to Adam Burniston at the weather desk.
Thank you, guys. We had a great day today, well above normal, and that's just because of that. We've had a rush of cold air from the Gulf and Mexico region. But right now, there is a cold front setting up in the Middle Plains and Rocky region to where we see this Canadian air that's going to move down into our area, unfortunately, for the week to come. But right now, currently in Muncie, we are still at 73 degrees with breezy conditions with a southwest wind at 14 miles an hour, and those dry conditions that I was talking about, that Indian summer, helped provide the warm temperatures. And then for the radar right now, we do see some rain up to our north, but across the Muncie and viewing area, we are clear. But we are expecting some rain to come in Tuesday morning around 8 a.m. when that first band will come through, and that'll continue throughout the day until early evening when some drier air will move in behind the cold front and produce some clear conditions, but unfortunately we do have some cooler temperatures. For tonight, we are expecting only a low of 62. We could see some gusty conditions as that cold front continues, but otherwise winds will be from the south-southwest at 15 to 17 miles an hour. And then Tuesday, it will be rainy. Windy conditions again, winds from the southwest at 13 to 15 miles an hour. Only a high of 64, so you'll definitely want to bring your umbrella and jacket in the morning hours until the rain moves out for the afternoon. And then for your 7-day forecast, we are going to see that rain Tuesday as we talked about, and then a cool down for the rest of the week. Wednesday only a high of 53, partly sunny skies. Thursday only seeing a high of 52, mostly cloudy skies. And then for your Halloween day, we're only expecting a high of 46 degrees and a low of 27 degrees. So you'll definitely want to think about your Halloween costumes as your kids go trick-or-treating, and here around campus you'll definitely want to bundle up as well with that low of 27. And then for your Saturday, we expect to see some sunny conditions again with a high of 45 degrees and a low of 32 degrees. So we will see some below freezing temperatures, and then Sunday a high of 50 degrees with a low of 38 that day. And then Monday we could expect some temperatures rising up into the lower 50s. So definitely thinking about Halloween coming up here Friday. We will definitely need to think about bundling up if we go out. And whenever you send your kids out trick-or-treating, you'll definitely want to send them maybe with a coat. So
yeah, looking like the temperature is going to start to head down, even though we had that fantastic day today. But, you know, fitting. We're in November, or we're getting to November. It should be right around that temperature. What would you say?
Yeah, today was magical, and yeah, Friday, we're gonna have to bundle up. It seems like, but that's okay. Plenty of candy to go around, Tony.
Oh yeah, you know, typical Halloween, isn't it? Well, coming up on Newslink Indiana, one of Ball State's coaches reached a milestone over the weekend.
Rob Connett will have all that and more. Don't miss him. Stay tuned.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little. But things changed. Teaching didn't seem that cool anymore. So you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Amazing things are happening in teaching, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
This is Newslink, Indiana.
Back to Newslink, Indiana. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Robert Connett with Newslink, Indiana Sports. Start tonight with the Ball State football team. They returned home to Schumann Stadium over the weekend as the Cardinals hosted MAC opponent Akron. Now, after trailing 21-6 in the second quarter, Ball State gave the home crowd something to cheer about as Ball State scored 29 unanswered points for the come-from-behind victory, 35-21. Jack Milas finished the game 18 of 36 for 225 yards and a rushing touchdown. Juwan Edwards had 24 carries for 121 yards to extend his Ball State career rushing record to 4,134 yards in his time here at BSU. Now, Kevon Maybon had a 13-yard rushing touchdown on a reverse play for BSU in the first half. He also had 2 receptions for another 13 yards. And then on the defensive end, Eric Patterson had a fourth-quarter interception that pretty much sealed the Cardinal victory. He was one of 4 different Cardinals with an INT in the game. Now, Ball State now on a 2-game winning streak to advance to 3-5 on the season. They do have this upcoming weekend off before they host rival Northern Illinois. That'll be at Schumann Stadium Wednesday night, and that game will be televised on ESPN2. From the football field to the volleyball court, the Ball State women's volleyball team was in conference action over the weekend as well as they traveled to the Buckeye State. Coming off a loss at Miami of Ohio on Friday night, the Cards squared off against Bowling Green on Saturday and picked up the win in 3 straight sets for the sweep. Ball State won 25-19, 25-15, 25-19 for their 7th win in Mid-American Conference play this year. The win also marked a milestone for head coach Steve Shondell as he earned his 100th victory with Ball State. Shondell is now 148 in his 5 years as head coach for the women's volleyball team, and he became the 3rd different coach in volleyball program history here at Ball State to reach that mark. As for Shondell's team on Saturday, they had a match to remember as well. The Cardinals hit a season-high 358, led by Sabrina Mangapora, Alex Filling, and Kelly Hopkins, who each had 10-plus kills. On the defensive end, Haley Benson had 6 blocks, including 1 solo. Now the Cardinals are 13-10 overall, 7-3 in the MAC. They return to Worthen Arena this Halloween weekend, where they will host NIU on Friday night and Western Michigan on Saturday night. And in other Ball State athletics in action over the weekend included a Ball State women's soccer team. They beat Akron 4-2. Leah Mattingly, Kaylee Stark, Victoria Jacobs, and Gabby Veldman each had 1 goal for the Ball State Cardinals. Ball State women's soccer is now 10-5-2 on the season, 6-4 in the MAC. The women's field hockey team lost in conference play to Kent State 6-1. They are now 5-10 on the year, 1-4 in Mid-American Conference play. And the men's golf team started play in Florida at the Florida Gulf Coast Invitational. Now finally tonight on the high school level, 4 local volleyball teams punched their ticket to the next round of the postseason after winning sectional championships on Saturday night. You take a look, Yorktown at number 7, they beat Mount Vernon in 3 sets for their first ever sectional title in Class 4A as they're playing up a class due to the IHSAA success factor. The Tigers will play at number 1 Indianapolis Cathedral for regional. In 3A, Muncie Central beat Wapahani in 4 sets for the sectional title in a battle of top 10 teams. The Bearcats will play another top 10 team, that's Belmont, in that regional. Congratulations also going out to Muncie Burris in 2A. They won their sectional. Westell won in Class 1A. All 4 of those teams will be playing for regionals tomorrow night. And finally, guys, also in the high school level, Yorktown and Delta, a couple of Delaware County teams, football teams, they won their sectional opener on the weekend, so they will advance to the next round. If both those teams can win this coming Friday night, they would play each other in the sectional championship. Big rivalry, Delta and Yorktown High School, so we could see that in a couple of weeks.
Always funny how that works out. It always seems to do, but some exciting times here in Muncie. The football team playing better and better still would be bowl eligible if they could win out.
It's true. It's possible.
All right, well, a nationally recognized leader came to Ball State's campus today.
Details during Newslink Entertainment after the break.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Thank you, dear. Well, you're very supple. Just like I was at your age. Back then, I was a sex expert. Used to call me the buttered biscuit. I know about birth control, too. So you can ask me anything, baby.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
Have you had sex in this car yet?
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education. So every year I take promising high schoolers on a college tour to show them that higher education means a brighter future.
My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
You can be a reader, tutor, or mentor too. Take the pledge at liveunited.org/volunteer.
Do you wear this?
I don't know what's happening. Start a new chat. What did I do? Okay, wow. It's so weird.
Hey! Hi!
Oh my gosh. Hi! God, I don't even know what to say right now. I'm so nervous. Gia, you're so big. Come closer to the camera. Wait, now you're in my face. That was so good.
This is Newslink Indiana.
Welcome back to Newslink Indiana. I'm Lindsay Ross with the latest in entertainment news. Ball State's Excellence in Leadership program is inviting nationally recognized leaders to campus to serve as keynote speakers. Tonight, Reverend Joseph Simmons, also known as Rev Run, spoke on his experience as an influential member of the hip-hop industry as well as his involvement in ministry. Before his speech, he met with Ball State students and had this to say about his current music preferences.
I enjoy to see what the newest thing that everybody says is amazing, that's brand new rap. I like it. But then if I'm chilling, I'm listening. I do have stuff that's on my iPod, and that's, the Anita Baker's greatest hits or something, and I'm listening to real smooth R&B or, Sade's greatest hits or something really Kenny G's greatest hits. I can listen to that and be calm, cool. But I don't really listen to that much old school rap. But, obviously I made it with the old school rappers, so it's still good, but I'm listening to the newest stuff. And I like Drake. And I like I like Drake, I like Kanye, I like Jay-Z, but I took it all the way to Rich Gang to say that's what,
The popular Christmas movie Elf, starring Will Ferrell, is now making its way to television. On December 16th, Buddy's Musical Christmas, where it will air for 1 hour on NBC. The animated retelling of Buddy's story, however, is going to be a little different from the original movie. The biggest change, Jim Parsons, who plays Sheldon Cooper on The Big Bang Theory, will take over Ferrell's position as Buddy the Elf. Many other well-known actors were also chosen to be the voice of the characters on the show, including Jay Leno, Matt Lauer, and Fred Armisen. Elf, the original movie, aired on October 9th, 2003. That's all for tonight. For your entertainment news, back to the desk.
All right, thank you, Lindsay. And let's have one final look at weather.
Yeah, for sure. For Tuesday, we're going to have that rain come in early in the morning. So you'll definitely want to keep an umbrella for the early morning, and then afternoon, early evening should start to clear out. And then we'll have a start to cool down as that cold front and cold air starts to move through. On Wednesdays and Thursdays, only highs in the lower 50s. But then on Friday for Halloween, even cooler, only a high of 46, and then Halloween night for trick-or-treating and going out. You'll definitely want to bundle up because we're only expecting a low of 27 degrees.
All right, thank you very much, Adam. That's all tonight for Newslink Indiana. Be sure to watch tomorrow night at 9 right here on Cardinal Vision. For Robert Connett, I'm Tony Sandlaben.
And for Adam Berniston, I'm Peter Hoffman. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a great night.